So you are not looking
Yes.
with respect to the TD50 value, right?
No, no.
No, that is not the priority, sir. Because like
Then,
we
then,
may
then, then
get in future.
okay, then there is no issues. That part is already there in our the software, Case Ultra.
Yeah, that is there in our domain, sir. No issue.
Okay, so shall we start?
Yeah, yeah. Please, sir. Let's start. And if you don't mind, can I record this session if you are okay?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'll start the recording, sir. You will not be able to do it, so I'll just start
All
the
right.
recording.
No worries. Let's start.
So you can see my slide, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So just let me know. You are waiting for some other colleague to join, or we can go ahead now.
No, no. We can start, sir.
Okay, great. You know that software name is Case Ultra and company name is Multicase, which is based in USA, Ohio. And in top, you can
Mhm.
see I have written evidence-based decision making for ICHM 7 risk assessment. So in our software, we will not only give you the prediction from the software, we will also give you a kind of expert review, which actually you need when you draft final report for your regulatory submissions.
Mhm.
Reasoning why it
Okay.
is negative, why it is positive, how you are dismissing the call, how you are accepting the call. You need the supporting analog, supporting details. That all you will get in our software itself, right?
Okay. So like the person who is doing the signatures there, is he any particular certified from any
No,
board or
no, no, no. Actually, lots of time I have received this question. The person who is preparing this report, drafting this report, there is no degree required. He should have a
okay.
good understanding about a QSAR and understand the chemistry. He must know the domain. You can write a report and you can submit the report to the agency. It doesn't mean that somebody who has holding some profile and he is submitting to agency and they will accept it blindly. They will again go for the review, and if review is done by
Right.
anybody who is familiar with the domain, they can do that.
Okay.
So you don't
Okay.
need to a person who is having a qualified degree and approved from USFDA, something like that. Nothing is required in that angle.
So like when any FDA or any auditing happens, this report is enough to speak to them, right? Like
Yes,
not
this
not
report is
required any
enough
but
because this software is already developed in a very close research collaboration with USFDA, and they are our first customer who received this software. And we signed this
nice.
research collaboration agreement with USFDA, I think 22 years back, and we are the first company who did this RC, and still it is going on. So most of the data which you can see in my report also is directly coming from USFDA itself, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this software is always available with US FDA. Whenever you submit any report to regulatory agencies, if they have any doubt, they can rerun same test at their end to cross check it. But if you
Okay.
give a good expert review, the chances of query and other irrelevant questions will be very less. And in today's presentations, I will show you how you can use the software and how you can write a expert review also. Now we can also give you the template reference that you can use for the drafting your own report. Right.
Perfect. Sure, sir.
So as you know that as per ICHM 7 guideline, two methods
Mhm.
are required. One is your statistical, another is your expert rule-based method.
Right.
So you need both of the model. Both of the methods should be available with whatever software you are using. And good part, our software contain both of the models in single platform. And it will also give you some expert review that will help you to write some draft summary about your finding.
Okay.
So what is your job? You are basically going to focus on this part only, correct?
Right.
Whether your molecule is class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4 and 5. And our software will also give you a tips of classification. So if you see, and I believe you already know about all these things, just to give you more knowledge from my side, if I think
No
so,
problems.
that what is class 1 here? Class 1 is something which is mutagenic as well as carcinogenic, correct? And
Right, sir.
so you see, the data, what you doing any prediction in class 1? No, you are not
No,
doing
sir.
any QSAR. It's just coming from a literature, correct?
Right.
So your
Exactly.
question, how software will help? What software will do? Software will provide you the relevant literature which is required to get a class 1 condition. That it should be a mutagenic as well as carcinogenic. So you what the carcinogenicity you are looking for, the data software will directly report you inside the report itself that it is found to be a
Okay.
carcinogenic in so and so details and so experimental conditions. Right? Similarly,
Okay.
class 2 is also a experimental data. It's a known mutagen but unknown carcinogenic. You are not having a clear information about the carcinogenicity. And this detail also you will get from our software report. But
Mm-hmm.
class 3 and class 4 is a 100% QSAR. Here the molecule what you have is not available in any literature. It's a maybe a new
Okay.
molecule or maybe something which is not available in literature. In that case,
Mm-hmm.
software will help you to get the prediction, the idea about the nature of the molecule, whether it is going to be mutagenic or non-mutagenic. And
Okay.
class 4 is something that when you have a drug and drug contain alert itself, drug molecule API itself contain alert structure, and same alert
Right.
structure is present in your impurity in same chemical environment. If this is the situation, we call it class 4 situation, because same drug, same alert, toxic alert which is present in my API is also present in your impurity. Since
Right.
since your API is accepted because it is AIMS negative, right? On same
Yes.
background, you can defend that my impurity is also class 4 because it is shared with API. So what you need? You need a comparison with API with your query structure. That will be done inside the software. And I
Oh.
will I will take you the example to that. And the class 5 is can be a both. It can be a QSCR or it can be a experimental data. It can be a experimental data. So if you are getting a literature negative by comparing with similar analog, it is class 5. But if you are getting a prediction, then it's a QSCR. So any doubts in this slide? If you want to ask any query,
No, not for now, sir.
fine. So as I told you in beginning, that software is developed as a research collaboration with US FDA. Same thing I am writing here, and it contains both of the model, rule-based and statistical, and it will help you in
Mm-hmm.
performing the expert review. And these are the default model which is available in our software. So you can see here this statistical model, main statistical model GT1 underscore BMUT. This is the
Mm-hmm.
our main statistical model, which contain a
GT1.
data of around 11,479 compounds,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever molecule which we are using here, if we say that molecule is negative as per OECD guideline, it should be negative in 5 important strains of bacteria, correct? Like
Okay.
TA100, TA98 and so on. So if any analog highlighted in our software, that analog will also contain this data, that in which strain that molecule is negative. Everything you are getting from the software. And they follow
Okay.
OECD guideline, OECD 471 test guideline, which is mandatory. And the data which I am showing you right now is biggest in market. None of the software vendor have this data size. So because of very good data, which we have very good chemical coverage also. So we can expect that most of your query structure can be resolved. But
So
there
these
might,
all are literature collected databases.
pardon, can you repeat?
These all are literature collected databases.
Yeah, what and this database we have received from US FDA, from regulatory agencies, from pharma companies, from other collaborations, from academic institutions, our in-house exercise like that.
Great.
Okay. Then you can see one more statistical model here, that is called farm BMUT. I will talk about this model later on. And you can see last the rule based model. So technically what you need first model GT1 BMUT and last model GT underscore expert. Since
Right.
this model, the input in this model is received from the knowledge of some human being. They have some experience. They publish some paper. They work on some chemical, and they know about the toxicity behavior of that chemical. So you will get not only the alert, you will also get the mechanism details also, how that toxicity become happening, right? So you may get some activating feature also, some deactivating feature also. So this is you will get from the rule based method. So in normal scenario, you are going to use GT1 BMUT, that is the statistical model, and GT underscore expert, the rule based model. But in a very special situation, you can use our second statistical model that we call farm underscore BMUT. What is the
Mhm.
benefit of this model? Suppose you are having a chemical which contains some fragment which give out of domain call. You know what is out of domain?
Yes.
Out of domain means it is not present in the training set
Covered.
of statistical model
Right.
or the rule based model, right?
Right.
So in that case, this additional statistical model is going to help you. And since the data what we have received is, most of the data we have received in pharma companies, and the data is proprietary in nature, their in-house molecule. So you cannot see
Mhm.
the structure in most of the cases, but knowledge has been extracted, and they also follow the same guideline, negative in 5 important strains of bacteria, as per OECD guideline. So it will resolve out of domain call in most of the cases, right? So you
Okay.
can assume you are buying one software and you are getting one software free of cost with the main software to resolve
Mhm.
out of domain call. But
Mhm.
it is not guaranteed that 100% it will solve all. But you can assume 95% cases it will fixed, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Again, as you ask about the carcinogenicity, so yes, we have a database of rodent carcinogenicity. So if your query molecule contain any rodent carcinogenicity literature, it will be highlighted in the report itself, along with all experimental details, that in which strain it is tested to be a toxic, and what is the metabolic activation, everything. All bibliographic details will get in the report itself, right?
Okay.
This is the basic workflow, how it is going to work. What you need? You need the input file. Input file can be in various way. You can provide this mile code. You can draw a structure in our software. You can give the mole file, SDF file. I believe you know what is mole file, SDF file. It is one way of saving the chemical.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
you can directly give the cache number also sometimes.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so once you give the input, then you need to select the model, that is as per ICH censoring guideline. You select the statistical model, you select the rule-based model, and go for the prediction. Suppose you get negative prediction for first model, negative from the
Mhm.
second. What do you assume? That finally it become negative, not mutagenic, correct?
Right.
But that is not a true fact. You
Mhm.
what you have to look one more thing, whether there is any alert is present or not. If there is zero alert from first model, zero alert from second model, then you can accept negative prediction. But if it
Mhm.
contain alert, you have to give the reason why you dismiss that alert, and our software will
Mhm.
highlight all those features. But suppose there is a situation that one model give you negative, second model give you positive, there is a conflict in decision, they are not agreeing with
Okay.
each other. Then
Mhm.
what is the final call? Then we have a special function which is a unique feature of software, that is called consolidator. And this consolidator will resolve the conflicting call, that it will take input from both negative and positive and give you a final tips that this is class 5 or class 3 because of comparing with so and so analog. So this
Okay.
consolidator will give you a consolidated report with expert review tips about the classification and highlighting all
Okay.
relevant literature. So I will take one dummy example and show you how it is going on. So
Sure.
first, second and third is the job of software. Once it is
Mhm.
done, then you have to prepare your own report. This is a manual report. So for preparing this manual report, you will get all data directly from this consolidator, right?
Mhm. Okay.
Now I will move directly to the software. and show you how you can use it.
Sure, sir.
So this icon you can see, this is a Case Ultra icon. If I click here,
Mm-hmm.
it will launch the software. Now you can see in left hand side the models are there. This is your statistical model. If I take my cursor there, it is showing the molecule size. In my slide
Right.
is 11,000. Now it is grown 2,000 more. So it is 13,760
Mm.
chemical.
Right.
I didn't updated my slide. I need to update that. And and you see they follow OECD 471 test guidance also. See it is there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What is that? I will right click here and show you the training set directly here. Display training set. So number one, and if I scroll down till last, you see 13,760 what number we are reflecting
760.
here. And
Right.
if I take any one example, let's I take this one 1378. This is the chemical, and this chemical is negative in all
Negative.
these strains in both metabolic condition,
Mm-hmm.
and this is published in this paper, right?
Okay.
So it is giving complete detail about this molecule. You can take any molecule. See, you will get all the details. And suppose you are interested to use this training molecule in house for your own work, you can just copy this smile and you can use it.
Mm-hmm.
You can use this chemical, but I'm just telling for giving you this example, but it is not required.
Mm-hmm.
And this is your expert rule based model. And if you want to see the chemical of this, same way, display training set. And you see these are the chemical and size 17309. So if I scroll down till last, see last one
17309.
17309,
Yes.
and it also follow the OECD guideline. And if I open any of the chemical, you see the detail about the chemical, where it is published, in which state it is found, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this is the proprietary molecule which I told you. It is received from a pharma companies. So in most of the
Mm-hmm.
cases, you cannot see the structure. I will show you. Few are open that you can see. So see this property you cannot see, but you can get the
Oh,
experimental condition where it is tested.
okay.
It is tested as per OECD guideline
Mm-hmm.
and tested in both metabolic conditions, and it is negative in the so and so strain.
Mm-hmm.
This is open molecule. You can get the structure also. Property molecule you cannot get the structure. And
Oh, okay.
again number 22,000. So go last same,
22,378. Okay.
right?
Right.
So yeah, nothing is hidden here. Everything you can see inside. Fine. Now we will take one example. So how to load a chemical? I will have a file once again. Yeah. But what software need? Software just need smile code. This nothing else.
My God. Yeah, right.
Software just need the smile code. Nothing else. But if you just supply the smile code, what will happen? Load and paste. So I got all the structure, but name is not there. See?
Mm.
So if you want to add the name along with the smile code, the best way is copy smile code and name both,
Both.
and then paste to software. And you see, now you're getting the name.
Yes. Now I can see the name. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Suppose sometimes you don't have the name, you don't have the smile code, you just
Smile
have the
code.
cache number.
Hmm.
So you just have this cache number. I copied the
Mm-hmm.
cache number and pasted the cache number. So you see only you're not getting anything. What we will do, we will try to get the structure from PubChem database. So
Mm-hmm.
one step cure, download structure from PubChem. Not only the structure, if possible tautomers are there, it will also generate. So if you are interested to generate the tautomers, click tautomer and proceed. This green progress will happen and you have all the structure now. See,
Mm-hmm.
since name is not there, so you have you can do, you go inside and directly type the name like that.
Oh, okay.
If you change the name, it will change in the file also like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the tautomers also generated. How you want, you can see the tautomers, just click on show tautomer and all tautomers are highlighted. See, right?
Right.
But the best one is rank 1. By default, rank 1 is the best one and same is selected. But
Mm-hmm.
somehow if you want to change the tautomer, you can go the tautomer of interest and click on use tautomer. That will be replaced in the in this testing area, right?
Yes.
Another way of adding the chemical is you can load the SD file, you can load the mol file, or you can use third-party software like ChemDraw. But suppose you want to draw
Okay.
a structure in your software, that also you can do. Just click on drawing, and suppose I want to draw aniline. Click on this to correct the chemistry. See, everything corrected.
Mm-hmm.
Click OK, and you see this is added. Name is not
Oh,
here. Go and type aniline. So you see added like that.
yes, it's updated.
So like that you can keep on adding. You can keep on adding if you want to go
Mm-hmm.
like that and give the name by using this option. So this also you can do. Now we will go by our easiest way. And I will copy like this. If you want to copy the cache number, you can also copy the cache number. But technically software just need a smile code.
Only smile code. Okay.
I just copied 3 column name, that cache number, smile and name. So all 3 will
Mm-hmm.
reflect in my report and paste from clipboard. Now you see cache number is also there, name is also there, and structure is also there, right?
Yes.
Everything loaded now. Now what we will do, we will go for the QSR prediction. So select the
Mm-hmm.
model, first model and select second model. You need to select
Okay.
only 2 model, not 3 model.
Only two.
Third
Okay.
model is for a special case. I will show you when.
Right.
And click on run test. Very straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
And you can test thousands of chemical in this report in single click. Right
Oh.
now I'm showing only 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you don't need any high-end sophisticated computer. Normal computer is very good. 64-bit operating system is good to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you see, you got the answer. But now you see, here you can, what kind of answer you can expect? Non-negative. Non
Mm-hmm.
means you're not doing any QSAR. It's a
Right.
literature molecule, literature data. And how I can confirm? Click on this. Go down. Although it contains alert, see, it contains this red. Red means alert,
Red alert. Right.
alerting
Yes.
fragment.
Yes.
But you don't bother about this alert because it is negative in the strains of bacteria, and this report is coming from US FDA itself.
No. The references with the references you are getting that.
Yeah, you with reference you will getting. You will get the reference, you will get the negative prediction, you will get the species in which it is negative, you will also get the metabolic condition, and if OECD details are available, it will give you the OECD details also. And same details is
Mm.
published in lot of literature. All is coming from US FDA, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's why it is negative. Negative by both method, and both you will get same report, same strain and all, right?
Mm.
Now this positive, negative is a prediction. Suppose what does this positive mean? If I click here,
Mhm.
by statistical method, by rule based method, sorry, it is coming out positive, and it is also giving you some physiochemical properties also which we selected.
Yes.
And you see it is positive because of presence of this alert,
Alert, red alert.
that alert. But really it is positive or not, that you have to evaluate. Other software
Mm.
like Derek and other, they just give you this kind of thing, and remaining thing final call you have to take.
Oh.
And here inconclusive is same what they call equivocal in their prediction.
Mhm.
Inconclusive mean software is not very clear whether to place in negative or whether to place in positive. There is a
It's in dilemma.
threshold. There is a threshold, and if
Right.
that prediction is between 40 to 60%. Here it
Right.
is 50.5. So software will
50.5.
give you inconclusive, but it will also highlight the alert, and there you see the alert is highlighted here,
Right.
right? Now, what is the final call? This consolidator is now going to help you. How? Click on apply consolidator.
Mhm.
This is a unique feature which is not present in any software. And this will ask you simple question. What? Do you have AMPS negative molecule or do you have API? I have API. Where it is? It is estrogelamide. You can see this is my API.
Mhm. Mhm.
This
Yes.
is my API. What I should do? I should just write here number where it is. It is on number 7. So number 7. API is available. Sometimes when you are working on leachable and extractable, when API is not concerned, in that case you
Mhm.
can say API is not available.
Not available.
Yeah. So in that case, so software will help you by two way. Either it will compare with API to help you with class 4 advantage, or it will compare with analog. You
Oh,
can you
analog
can see
also.
analog
Right.
in same report number of analog. So by default it is
Mhm.
5, but you can increase up to 9.
Mhm.
And what kind of similarity? Alert environment similarity. What is alert environment? We are not interested in complete structure. We are just interested where alert is detected. If that
Mhm.
local area is similar in analog, that is considered.
Mhm.
When your molecule is very small molecule, in that case only whole structure you can do. Otherwise, you always go with alert environment similarity. And normally your drug is not a very small molecule. Correct?
Right. Right.
So go with alert environment similarity and click OK and just wait.
Okay.
Something will happen and when you will get the answer.
Mhm.
You see,
Yeah, it's negative.
all become negative.
All
Now,
become negative. Right.
now, normally what customer do, they just take this report and submit to the where they want to go submit. But that is not a
Right.
good
Right.
practice. That is not a good practice. You should go give the
Yes.
reason why it is negative. So let's click here.
True.
So this is my impurity, and this impurity is coming to be a negative. And what software is suggesting? See, software is not giving you guarantee statement, it is suggesting you tips. A potential class 4 compound, right?
Mhm.
And it is giving you something to do. What? Alerting structure, same alert in drug substance or compound related to the drug substance which has been tested and are not mutagenic. Now you have to do one task. Review the comparison with inner substance APIs and the alert section to determine the similarity of the chemical environment of the alert in the API and the compound. Now what you need to do? Go down and you see two alerts are detected by statistical method. One alert is detected by rule based method. Total how many
Role is
alerts?
different.
2 plus 1, 3.
Three alerts.
3 alerts. Do we have deactivating feature? 0. No. Do we
No.
have unknown
No.
fragment? 0. No. So we
No.
have concern about this alert only. And same thing software is asking you. Compare the alert
Review
and
the
try to
comparison.
find whether they are shared with API or not. Okay?
Right.
if you go down, here 5 structure are highlighted, and these are not local environment, these are whole similar structure, and that is not useful to you in present situation. You can take the advantage of this 5 analog when you get both negative, this also negative and this also negative,
Mhm.
and there is a zero alert from this. Then you can use any similar analog to put more weightage to your finding, like this analog is 73% similar to your query molecule, and this analog is negative in all 5. Blue dot means negative in 5 important strains of bacteria.
Right.
Where is it? Just note this number 11085, go down. This is negative in this strain, same, more expanded detail. This is negative here, here, published in literature 1, 2, 3, right?
Yes.
So if you want to use any analog, you need the experimental data. But right now, this section is not useful for us because we don't have negative in both. So just ignore this, go down and compare with API. This is the task you need to do for class 4.
Oh, okay.
And you see, this is your API and this is
Mhm.
the impurity. And except this yellow region, entire impurity is mapping to your API. Only this yellow region is not mapping, right?
Mhm.
Go down. These are the 3 alerts detected by the software. 2 coming from a
Right.
statistical method, 1 coming from a rule-based method.
And from rule base, right.
Now we will take each one by one. First take this 39 from a statistical,
Hmm.
then 51, then A19.1. So let's take 39 first. Here's the alert. What software says? This
Right.
alert is dismissed because it is saved with API. Let's prove this. It is the alert is connected to a 5-membered ring which contains sulfur and 2
Mhm.
nitrogen, right?
Okay.
And
Mhm.
my query structure also connected to a 5-membered ring which contains sulfur and 2 nitrogen. And author
Same,
position
same.
same group, same group.
Right.
So exactly same environment as in API.
Mm.
Since my
Right.
API is AIMS negative, it also become class 4. This is a true situation for class 4, correct?
Class 4. Right.
So this first alert is dismissed by comparing with API. Suppose you have not declared API. In that case, what you will do? You will compare with analog. See, analog is also highlighted, 5 analog. But right now it is not required because you got the answer by comparing with API.
No, right.
Imagine that you didn't declare the API. In that case, you will select the correct analog. Which is the correct analog now?
Analog.
Now, if you go down, you see, let's first select those analog which is irrelevant. Is this relevant analog? No, it is a 6-membered ring.
Right. This is
There is no
also, yeah,
nitrogen,
this is also,
sulfur, nothing is there. Irrelevant, ignore this. This one,
this is
irrelevant,
also 6.
irrelevant. This one, irrelevant. Although it is
Right.
aims positive, but
Right.
the analog is totally different from my query structure. Correct?
Mm.
Only
Yes.
2 are found to be similar. This one
Right.
and this one. But again, this one is not very similar because this contains just sulfur here.
So, yeah.
And my compound is something like this.
Mm.
So this is most appropriate analog.
Mhm.
And if you want to prove this molecule class 5 by using the analog, which analog you should consider? Only this analog.
First one.
Yeah, best candidate. And what you need, once you got the correct analog, you need the experimental data for this analog. Why you are selecting this analog? Agency are very keen to know, okay, you selected this analog, what are the background of selection? So you said, my background is that this analog is negative in all the relevant strains of bacteria,
Mm-hmm.
and you are having a detail about this with all. It
Right.
is tested in both metabolic conditions. Why we are taking both metabolic conditions? Because your drug sometime activate by interacting with liver, sometime it activate without presence of liver. So to get
Right.
that data, this strains, whether this is tested in rat liver or not, both are required. So that data you are getting from the software, and it is published in a very good literature, which is again coming from US FDA. See, right? So,
Yes.
so right now our job is done just by comparing with API. So, but we
Right.
just dismiss one of the alert. Two are pending. Let's take other two
Right.
now. Now we will take 51. Then this 19.1. Where is 51? Go down, go down, go down. Here is 51.
That's right.
And this is again dismissed by same reason. And if you see alert environment, exactly everything is same. So true.
Same.
Dismissed. You can accept it. Then third analog. Since this analog is coming from rule-based method, so you will get the mechanism details also.
Oh, okay.
But same reason dismiss, same chemical environment. See. So class 4 is true for all three detected alert. And finally we can conclude that this statement is valid.
Right. Class 4 compound.
So this is negative because it is class 4.
Right.
Let's take one more example, this one, negative. If you go down, so although it is negative in both, but it contains one alert. See. So what is your job? Again, software is telling you review the alert and compare with the environment with whatever the molecule you are selecting. So if I go down, and if you compare with that, except this yellow region, both structures are same.
Same.
And this alert is highlighted. Here is the alert. And this alert is not shared with API. See, it is not shared with API. This is also highlighted. So it is compared with analog, and these analogs are detected. And the most relevant analog is this one. And this analog all are AIMS negative. See.
That's it.
And where this NH2 group is present, this NH2 is the culprit, which is giving the positive call, right?
Right.
And this NH2 group is dismissed in most of the analog. See, everywhere it is
Yeah.
dismissed.
First. Yes.
And if you are using any analog, you need the experimental data, and all data is present in the same report. If you go down, see, everything is here. Here, red dot means toxic, and blue dot means non-toxic, non-mutagenic.
Non-toxic.
Yeah. And this is the expanded details along with the literature, right? So merely just saying it is negative in both, so it is negative, is not good. You also highlight, although one alert is detected and that alert is dismissed by comparing with this relevant analog, so finally it becomes negative class 5. Right?
Yes.
How you can save this report? Yeah, you will just create one folder, give the name test report. Click on report wizard. What you need? You need the both of the model. So select all, both models selected. PDF report. If you want to generate the physiochemical properties, click on this and browse the path. This is in desktop. Test report.
Test reports.
Okay, so you see path changes here and generate report. Very easy to use, very straightforward. And on top of that, our support is always available to you. And this is the considered report which I have shown in the software. Click PDF, generate report. Normally, I came to know that whenever you are submitting report to agency, what they need one more report which is in tabular format, which contain column-wise detail about the classification, prediction, and finally comment how it become negative. So our software will also generate that tabular report also for you. You can use that tabular report in your expert review. I will show you how you can perform the expert review.
So
Right?
when this report is getting downloaded, those references also will be in the same
Everything,
report, right?
everything what you need. I will show you the inside the report itself.
Yep.
And after that, the template expert review, which is the main feature which you need to do after getting the report, and that is not done by software. That is done manually. And this is a Excel sheet tabular report. Click generate report. It's very quick. Done. I will just minimize this and sorry, this is not test report. So you see, three folder created. This is the PDF report. This is the report for coming by statistical method for all 7 chemical. If I click here, this is your first chemical.
Mhm.
It is inconclusive. Prediction, probability. Second chemical. Third chemical. All 7 chemical with highlighted alerts, everything. Then
Okay.
this is by rule based method, all 7 chemical in same report. Then this is the consolidated report,
Mhm.
and this contain classifications, the highlighted alerts, number of alerts, then comparison with API, highlighting the analog, same what you have seen in the software.
Right.
And if you go down, literature, everything is available, strain, references, and in same report you will get the outcome from both of the model also, appendix, individual report. This is complete report actually from GT1, from rule based,
Oh.
everything in single report. Then for all 7 chemical you will get 7 report. Then this is something which is very interesting. You are also supposed to prepare this kind of report: name of the molecule, structure with highlighted alerts, outcome from one of the method, outcome from another method. Then this is the job which you have to review and give negative prediction. If it is class 4, why it is class 4, the expert review tip, right? For all chemical you can see the highlighted alerts and this you are getting directly from the software.
Okay.
Now I will show you something which is you will not get from the software, but we already cross check with US FDA, and according to them, if somebody prepare report in this way, they are happy to accept it. I will show you.
Oh,
This is a
okay.
template report.
I see.
Because while working with Indian customer, we came to know that they are struggling with this kind of report. So we have gone few steps forward and tried to create this kind of report for your reference. I will just zoom it a little bit. Yeah. So this report is a sample report. What you need to do? You should write the name of the person who was preparing this report, date, on which date, your company name.
Okay. Okay.
Then what you are doing? You are doing a QSAR. Which software you are using? This version is very important. Right now, I am. This is a very older format, so it's highlighting an older version. But you should always reflect the version what you are using.
Let us know.
Yeah, and company name, and if any website. Then what method you are using, both statistical and rule based, along with the version detail, because anything older than 2 years is not accepted. Then rule based, then version, and you should also tell it follow the OECD validation principle, which is highlighted in the report, that that is following the OECD guideline. And you need this QMRF document, which is very much important for both of the model, for rule based model and for statistical model, which we will give you once you buy the software. Right. Then this is the summary, how you can write. So just we have selected two impurity. This is my API histozilamide, and after doing QSAR we found that two impurities are here. They are class 5 and class 4 respectively, and same table which I have shown in the software, same table is incorporated here. This is
Okay.
this is API. For API classification is not required. Just tell this is a parent drug, it is negative and it is negative. Details you attach in the appendix. I will show you how.
Mhm.
Then this is your impurity. This impurity is negative in both, same NH2, and it is negative prediction from both. And you find that though this alert is negative in so many of analogs, and this also contains some deactivating feature which is highlighted in the software. So all details what we have written here, you are already seeing that in the software, and you accept this that this is class 5. Here it is positive by both, it becomes class 4. Why?
Right.
Because there is a alert, this alert is there which is common in your API as well as in your query structure. See, correct?
Yes.
That's why it become class 4. So this kind of simple reasoning you have to write, simple chemistry, nothing else.
Right.
Anyhow, what you have to do, you have to prove that this alert is not going to create any kind of reactivity, that this
That
is
is
going to
true.
react with DNA and cause mutation and lead to tumor. Correct?
Mhm.
Then if you, so as are using some analog here to dismiss this NH2, same analog is highlighted here. See, they consider 5
Mhm.
analog, all analog is
Right.
highlighted. Then what you need to give the experimental data for this analog. How you can give?
Mm.
You can prepare a table like this. Compound, strains of bacteria, in both in absence of rat liver, in presence of rat liver, and references. And this data you are getting software itself. It is
Mm.
negative in your API, negative as per OECD guideline, published in this literature. Then this is analog, and this is published in this literature. So this all negative you are getting from our report itself. You just need to see the report and see the bacteria strain by their name. It's there in
Comparing.
the report, right?
Yes.
Then attach the references down the report. Same references what you are highlighting here,
Mm.
and attach the considered report which you generated in the software. Attach individual model report. Attach QML of document. You are done. That's all.
Mm.
If this way you submit report to agency, the
Mm.
chances of acceptance is very very high. And
Nice.
what I believe, you don't need any third party to handle this job. You can do it by yourself.
Mhm.
So that is all what I plan to show you today.
Great. So
One
like
more,
this software will be installed on our system or like
it will install in your
how it will
system.
be?
It will install in your system.
Mhm.
Yeah, you
So
will
like
get software
will
like
you
this.
give us access for any sample reports to run on first
Yeah.
initially?
What we will do, we will give you a 1 week free trial license,
Okay.
and we assume that you will use that license only for learning and training purpose.
Right.
Once you satisfied yourself, you can go for the procurement and you will get the same software as per the terms condition.
Nice. Nice. That's nice. So like any technical issue or like if
For
any
any
of my team
technical
members
support,
want
we are
to,
here to help you. Don't
yeah,
worry.
yeah, that's what I was
I
about to
am
ask.
always
Like if
available.
any,
I am always available.
yeah.
Yeah. And if anything beyond my scope, I can contact my US team and get back to you.
Great. That is great.
And one more thing I wanted to show you, it's very interesting. Let's see that also. Display training set. That is about nitrosamine actually.
Mhm.
Uh, you asked about the nitrosamines. That is also handled by this software up to some extent.
Okay.
One second. That is not the thing. Yeah. So you see here, this
Mhm.
molecule is containing a nitrosamine. But
Mhm.
alpha
Yes.
position, if these groups are present, it becomes in most of the cases it becomes negative. How? You see, I have an example here.
Display. Yeah.
This molecule is negative. It contains nitroso group, but at alpha position, this hydroxyl group is there, and it gives negative nature to this molecule. So if your query molecule also contains same kind of feature, it will be reflect in your report itself, right?
Yes.
And all those nitrosamine handled very well. See, this is nitrosamine, but this contains a trifluorinated compound, and normally this trifluorinated compound is highly deactivating group. This decrease the toxicity. That's why it become negative. And if you want to see this molecule negative, just note this number 1793, and I will show you. Display training set 1793.
Yeah, it went up. It went. Yes, here it is.
Same molecule,
Right.
and you see it is negative as per OECD guideline, although it is a nitrosamine.
Hmm.
So if your molecule having this kind of situation, it will handle by comparing with this analog, and it will be dismissed. So it will
So when
work.
we are
Yeah.
sorry, when we are doing the test or when we are running this application at a time, how many molecules we can add at a time
Unlimited.
to unlimited?
There is no limit for that. It's up to you.
Okay.
But I always suggest when you load molecule which is linked to the API, always declare the API. That will help you with this class 4 call.
Right.
Yeah. Any doubts, query if you want to ask?
Not for now. I think my team members also did not message me anything for now.
Mhm.
So it was a great support and detailed explanation done by you.
Thank
So
you.
I don't expect any questions from the team as well on the same basis. So sure, Len, appreciate your time, Mr. Yatindra, and if you can help us with the flow, how it is working, because like as you said that you gonna record this session, so if you can at least share me that recording, we team can sit together and go flow by flow and understand the process. And the same time, if you can help us with the sample test to be done, then that would be a great help.
Sure, we'll do it.
Okay. Thank you so much for your
Uh,
time. Yeah,
yeah.
anything if you want to share.
Thank you, Seb. I have recorded the meeting. So when it
Yes,
gets
sir.
ready, so I'll just share that link with you. And
Great,
whenever
sir.
you are ready to start your trial,
Yes, sir.
just let us know and we'll send you the trial link.
Yes, sir. That's what we'll do. Like, is like when we are doing the first trial, it's a kind request from my end. I wanted either you or Yatinder sir be on the call and guide us step by step so that we can ensure the flow we are going in a right path.
You can
No
always
issue.
connect me whenever you want to start. Want to go start with your work. You can always connect me, or I can sit with you, and I can see when you are working on the software. I can help you. Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
Bye,
very
sir.
much, sir. Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.